Hello everybody and welcome to a Google Stadia unboxing and setup video. Now if you do just want to jump right to the setup video and the unboxing, go to this time in the video. But there are a few things that I want to say before we get into all of that stuff. So first things first, this is not going to be a review video. As of the recording of this video, I've only had access to Stadia for an hour? Which is, in my opinion, not enough time to really form an opinion. If you do want me to do a review of Google Stadia, just let me know in the comments section and I can totally do that. I would want at least a week with something to give it a review, and I'd want to try it on my living room TV, I'd want to use it on my bedroom TV, on my phone, in my office. I'd even want to take it to a relative's house during Thanksgiving and see how it fares there, to actually give you guys a full review of how it works on my home network, how it works with Ethernet, Wi-Fi, someone else's Wi-Fi, maybe not so great Wi-Fi. So if you are interested in a review, let me know in the comment section. I could also stream with Stadia. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know. So this video is just gonna be an unboxing and a setup video by someone who's really bad at setting stuff up. That's me. No, I'm okay at setting things up, but basically what I'm trying to say is if it's really simple for me, then it's probably going to be very simple for you. Now, one last thing before we get started, this unit was sent to me by Google. So of course I will always be transparent with you. That is super important to me. And I'll always be incredibly honest with you as well. This was sent to me by Google. So do with that information what you will. But I think we should jump into the actual unboxing instead of just sitting here staring at the box. So this is the box that Stadia will come in. You can see that it is a white box with silver lettering, like someone went with a silver marker. By the way, I love those silver markers. Anytime someone brings a silver marker to a meet and greet, I'm very happy because they always look amazing. So it's got the silver print on it. On the sides, it's got some general information about what's in the box. On the outside, it also has the Founders Edition. So if you did get the Founders Edition, you will be getting this Founders Edition. And on the back, it has my name. Thanks for putting my name on the box. Always makes me want to keep the box though. And then I have too many boxes and it turns into a problem. So let's go ahead and open it. So when you first open the box, you are going to see a controller. So you have the Google Stadia controller on the front. This is the Founders Edition controller, which is the dark blue and the orange. There's a bunch of other really cool color controllers. So even if you didn't get the Founders Edition, I'm sure you will find something that looks great. But this is the Founders Edition controller. So here is the controller. It feels pretty good, honestly. Of course, I can't really tell you how good it feels until I play a game with it. Sometimes triggers will take too long to go all the way down. But yeah, so feels fine, got a decent weight. It's pretty light, but there is a weight to it as well. It does have rumble capabilities in it, so I'm sure that is what adds to the weight. I personally use a very, very lightweight controller for PlayStation and for when I play PC games with a controller. So this actually feels a bit heavier than the controller I use. I take the rumbles out and mine is super lightweight. So this actually feels a bit heavier. You can tell that it has the Xbox button layout in the YXBA, but it has a more PlayStation type layout in general with the sticks being in the middle instead of being offset. So that is what you get, pretty much standard for a controller. Now there is something that is not standard for a controller, and that is the Google Assistant button. So the idea with the Google Assistant button is that you're going to be able to tie in your Stadia controller and console with all of your other Google services and devices. So if you already have Google Home or you have other Google devices or services, it's going to all tie together and essentially make the controller smarter than other controllers. At least that is the goal that Google has with the controller. So that's really interesting. I'd like to see how that works. So yeah, if you already have Google stuff, then you'll be able to tie it all in together, which is kind of cool. Now moving further into the box, we are going to take a look at what is in here next. So what comes here next is a USB Type-C connector to wire it all up. You can see it here. This is where you connect the actual plug into, and then you plug this into your normal electrical output. But the wire is a decent length, to be honest. I would say looks like a pretty decent length. And yeah, not super exciting. It's a wire. It's a USB Type-C wire. Also inside here is where you're gonna find all your documents of how to exactly set everything up. So as you can see, you open it, and here you go. Let's take a look. It says, the promise of creating one place for all the ways we play is a long-held dream. Today, we're proud to see that dream become a reality. A community of players is the core of Stadia. Thank you for being the first to gather round. So there you go. Oh, we got stickers. Get some Google Stadia stickers as well. And then here we go. So we have the Google Stadia controller, how to get started with the controller. And I think that's everything in there. So you just open this up, and it will tell you exactly how to set up the controller. Now, setting up the controller is really, really simple, actually. Same with the Chromecast. It's all pretty simple. Information. Next, inside the box, we have the actual thing. Now, this is your actual console. Essentially, this is a console, sort of. What'd you call it? What makes a console a console? I don't know. Either way, this is what you're going to be using to play. So this is the Google Chrome Ultra. This is it. Look how tiny it is. I am a tiny person, and this is tiny. This is super, super small. It has the magnetic... Trying not to make it too loud in the mic. Let me hold it away. Here you go. This is a magnetic connection, so you can keep it all neat and tidy. You have the connection here, which I'm going to show you what plugs into there in a second. And then you have the HDMI plug right here. This will plug into anything with an HDMI connection. So whether that is your home TV or it is your monitor in your office, it all plugs together with the HDMI cable. So that is your Chromecast Ultra. And also what you have in the box is this little buddy right here. So this little buddy is pretty cool because it has a dedicated Ethernet connection. Look at that. You don't have to just go wireless. And Google, I'm sure, would recommend that you go wired if at all possible. Generally, when you're playing games, they will always say go wired if you possibly can. So if you do have the option to go wired, there you go right there. You can plug it in right there. This obviously plugs into the wall. And then you have this connection, which I have not removed yet. I don't know if you can see it in there. It's hiding. There it is. Right there. This will plug into the Chromecast Ultra. So this is basically just all you need to get set up with everything. And that is basically everything. Well, not basically everything. That is everything that is in the box. You got your controller. You have your connection to charge everything all up. You have your Chromecast Ultra. And then you have the little buddy that brings the connections to the Chromecast Ultra. So next, we're going to jump into setting all of this up and making it all work together. Before I did anything, I had to share this part with you guys. See, there's a little tabby tab. Oh yeah, there it is. I had to share it. How could I not? I would be a monster if I didn't share it. So this is what it actually looks like. It's shiny and it's got the little Google logo on it. And there's also another one that I need to share with you, is this one. So you grab the red. Oh yeah. Oh. Boom. Sorry, I had to share that. It's like one of the best feelings ever. So obviously I'm going to share it. So the first thing you want to do when setting up everything is you're going to want to get two apps. The first app is you're going to want the Google Stadia app. This is where you're going to get games. It's how you set up your controller and generally just keep track of everything that you are doing with your Stadia. So before we get to playing, there's going to be two things we're going to want to get on our phone. The first thing is the Google Stadia app. This is the home page, and this is how you're going to set up your controller, and it's also how you're going to purchase games and generally just keep an eye on all of your Stadia stuff. So the Stadia app is super important. Now, the other thing you're going to want to get is the Google Home app, which if you do have Google Home devices or services at all, you'll probably already have this. This is how you're going to set up your Chromecast Ultra. So once you get the Stadia app and you get the Google Home app, you will be good to start setting this all up and making it work. So what I'm doing right now is setting up the Chromecast Ultra first. So all you need to do is plug it all together, plug it into your electrical socket, and then put the HDMI into whatever monitor or TV you are wanting to use, and then you can start doing the setup. So that part is really easy. You just take the plug and plug it into the stuff that makes sense. It's super, super simple. And what I'm doing right now is I'm using the Google Home app to set up the Chromecast Ultra. So once your Chromecast Ultra is set up, I will say, make a note that you do have to be on the same network. So if you have two different networks in your home, like I do, I have Comcast and I have Frontier, because one is specifically for business. Make sure that you are using the same network, otherwise it just will not work. So all you have to do, load up the app, connect your Chromecast Ultra. It might do a little bit of an update, but then you're basically done. It really is as simple as just plugging it in and opening up the app to connect it. Now, while that's doing updates, we're going to connect our controller. Sorry for all the fingerprints on the screen. So you can see that it has picked up my controller. Here's my controller. It is flashing and ready to go. You just press controller, linking with Chromecast, so you can link it with the Chromecast and make sure everything is working all together. So this is what they want me to do. You can see on screen. I'm sorry, this probably looks really bad because of all the reflections. I apologize. But you can see that they want me to input some type of cheat code to connect my controller. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I press the cheat button. And now we are linked. We have linked our controller. So now the controller is linked to the Chromecast Ultra, so it can all talk to each other and we can actually start playing games. It was super easy to do. All you have to do is, one, make sure that everything is on the same network. Otherwise, of course, it's not going to talk to each other. And you need to make sure you get the Stadia app and the Google Home app to set everything up. But besides that, it's really easy. I mean, as long as you have those two apps and you're on the right network, it all just flows really simply. It was very easy to find the Chromecast Ultra and link that. It was easy to link the controller to the Chromecast Ultra. It's all been super duper simple so far, and if I can do it, literally anybody can do it. Now, the last thing you're going to want to do is actually link your Stadia account to your Chromecast, so then you're all logged in, because you do everything through the app. So what you want to do is you just press your little avatar. I know it's pretty cute. And then you're going to add account to Chromecast, and then you can just play. I'm going to play on my office TV, and just like that, it is connecting, and we are almost good to go with actually playing games. You just follow all the prompts on screen, and it is super duper simple. You get connected, your account is added, your control is added, and you're good to go. See, we're all set. Now we can start playing the video games. Now, all of that setup took me probably 5 minutes. It was not difficult at all. I just plugged my Ethernet cable into the little buddy. I like calling it the little buddy. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I plugged that into the little buddy, and then you plug the little buddy into the Chromecast, set up the Chromecast with Google Home, set up the controller to your Chromecast with the Stadia app, and you are good to go. It sounds like a lot when I break it down, but seriously, it took me 5 minutes. It is not difficult at all. So I went through the setup of Google Stadia on both my office monitor and my big screen in the living room, because I wanted to see how that goes after you do the initial setup. Is there more to do if you want to switch screens? I honestly didn't know, so I wanted to see. And after that initial setup, which again took me about 5 minutes through the Google Home app and also the Stadia app, it was really easy. So I just plugged this into the HDMI connection in my monitor. It was really easy. It instantly picked up that we were doing Stadia, and I launched Destiny, and I was playing within, I want to say, a minute of plugging this into my monitor. Now, when I went and switched to the living room, again, I just grabbed the HDMI connection and I put it into the TV, and it picked it up instantly, which I was actually kind of surprised about. I thought I might have to go through some type of setup, but I didn't. I just plugged it in, it picked it up, and it just worked. And I will say that it was kind of cool to see Destiny 2 in 60 FPS on our big living room TV, because I've never seen that. I've only ever played PC Destiny, which before Stadia was the only way to experience 60 FPS. I've only played that in the office on my office monitor, the one that I normally game on. So it was kind of cool to know that I could go into the living room and I could experience Destiny 2 60 frames per second, which is what I'm used to at this point, and just sit on the couch with a controller controller and play 60 FPS Destiny. That was kind of cool. So that about does it for our Google Stadia unboxing and setup. You saw me playing on the monitor in my office and also the big TV in the living room. Super duper duper easy to get through. You just follow the on-screen instructions. It is incredibly easy and also really fast to get going. So again, let me know in the comment section if you would like to see me do a full review of Stadia, which I would totally be down to do. I would love to talk about it. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Let me know in the comment section, is Google Stadia something that you think you might find interest in? I was always interested in it to be able to play when I'm at my in-laws, because, you know, I'm trying to play video games, not talk to people. So I'm super interested to see how it does actually perform at my in-laws for Thanksgiving. So I'll let you know. If you want to see the review, I'll let you know. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll speak to awesome people later. Bye.